the second half. How
Wow.
how helpless a feeling? What options do you have to try to contain it?
We had a couple options that did a really good job on them in Gainesville, and we just didn't do quite as good a job there, and especially down the stretch. Both of the guys, Chris Jones and Casey Hill, had 4 fouls. He took the game over. He was amazing. It was probably the best performance against us all year.
Along those lines, about things that were different from the first meeting to the second. The rebounding was very different. Bam Adebayo was very different. What about him jumped out at you today?
I thought those were the 2 biggest factors by far. I thought that they played with tremendous physicality led by him. Even some of those rebounds that he didn't get, he was making contact with somebody. I thought that they were the better team. They really defended at a high level, and they really rebounded at a high level.
Mike, what in particular was breaking down defensively in terms of guarding Monk and the rest of Kentucky's team in the second half compared to the first half?
I don't mean to give you the coach cop out here. We didn't have a bunch of glaring mistakes that we made. Malik Monk's got an ability to get it off just about any time he wants. And he's got incredible speed off of the ball. They do a good job setting screens, putting him in positions to be successful, putting him in space. You've got to crowd him. I mean, we were hanging all over him 2 or 3 times, just hanging all over him. And then we were called for a couple of fouls, of course, fouling the jump shot. That's how aware you are of how good of a shooter he is. We were literally hanging on too much with contact. And then he's got blow-by speed. He's got an incredibly long first step, explosiveness. And when he didn't score, he's drawing fouls on us. So, I mean, his 33, if you add the amount of fouls that he drew, he was better. He was better even than 33.
What was your reaction when you, over back here, what was your reaction when you found out that De'Aaron Fox wasn't going to play, and how did that change things for you all?
I found out right at the tip, I guess. Honestly, I said, okay, and that was really it. I mean, it was, I think he's obviously a terrific player, and we really struggled to guard him in Gainesville. But I thought, just in my opinion, I could be wrong, but when you're playing here, when you're playing at Rupp, I think that's just a much bigger factor. Obviously, I hope he gets healthy. I said it to somebody yesterday, I hope he plays, of course, not only for Kentucky, but we want to have an opportunity to play the best. It's a great opportunity for us. And it's unfortunate. Our game plan, it didn't change much. It's just a matter of different personnel. That's all. If we scouted 10 guys, now we got 9 to lock in on. That's all.
Kentucky didn't shoot well at all in the first half. Had a lot of turnovers. Yet it was tied.
Yeah.
Did you feel like an opportunity there was missed?
Yeah, absolutely. The way we finished the first half, it just wasn't. We weren't very solid. We made a couple of decisions there with a couple of our fouls. I think we had 2 fouls in the last 11, 12 seconds, which led to 3 points. They were both very ill-advised by older guys. We needed to be the more mature team, and we didn't take advantage in that regard.
Anything else? Kevin?
Mike, obviously an impressive streak comes to an end, and the last time that you had 1 loss after a winning streak, it turned into 2. How do you, keep that from being kind of a hangover effect from this?
Well, we've I told the guys here a few minutes ago, we've got to move on. I mean, we've got to move on to the next one. It was fun while it lasted. We lost at Kentucky. It's okay. It happens. A lot of teams lose here. A lot of things that we can learn from today. And right around the corner is Arkansas, who's playing terrific. They're very difficult to defend as well. And we've got to move on. 2 left. SEC tournament, NCAA tournament. We can't hang on this one here for a few days. We can't. We don't have time.
one more thing. It seemed like you guys got so many of the 50-50 balls down in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Today, not as many. What does a coach see that explains the difference?
I mean, credit Kentucky and their kids. I mean, we just talked about it as a staff. Did we not play as hard today as we played in Gainesville? Absolutely not. It's not the case. I mean, my guys were flying all over the floor and diving on the floor, and we got bumps and bruises, and it was a hard-fought, physical game where a bunch of guys just left it out there. We got our share of them today. Kentucky got more today than they got in Gainesville, for sure. I thought that they played extremely hard. I thought that defensively they were really locked in. We didn't get many easy looks. And when you're up here and you're playing against a team that's got, you know, an ability to make runs like they do, and you get just a few where you're in space and you got time and you got your feet set, we needed to make a couple of those mid-second half to withstand a couple of these runs, and we didn't do that. It was you got to do that with the way that they were defending. It's a great performance by them defensively and on the glass, to say the least.
Coach, on that note, with the 40-point or 40 rebound swing leading to the double-digit victory here, did you see Kentucky more concerted effort on the glass, or was it something schematically they were doing different to have a better rebounding effort?
I hate to get into other teams' effort level. I don't know. I don't know. I can say this, I guess. In Gainesville, when we out-rebounded by, what was it, 25? I was really, really surprised because we're not that great of a rebounding team. I'm just as surprised right now we got out-rebounded that badly today. You know, the game is such a funny game that's got the momentum factors and the confidence factors and the swing factors and the home road factors, and this was an electric environment, and that's a factor as well. I don't know. It could just be Bam Adebayo's 3 weeks older than he was. I don't know. But again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that my guys didn't play as hard on the glass, because I saw Devin flying around. Kavarius, you know, he's outweighed by a bunch, and he's given everything he's got. Justin Leon's one of the hardest playing guys in college basketball, in my opinion. They got to the ball a little bit quicker than we did. They were a little bit stronger than we were.